Brody, Patrico, and Jeremy on the Lou Information Station.
John Cena has won the Intercontinental Championship belt for the first time ever in his career, and Zack Ryder has returned to the WWE. Woo, woo, woo. All of that and more today on Wrestling on the Spectrum.
Hey, might I borrow just a little bit of a homage to one of the greatest to ever do it, one and only Kurt Hennig. What a perfect day outside. I mean, we are live this Saturday morning. Welcome to Wrestling on the Spectrum. My name is Tony Patrico, and you spell that Patrico. Oh, baby. And joined as always by JC, Brody, the Brain, Herman, and on the ones and twos, Flying Ryan Swingler. JC, how we doing?
Ooh, we are counting down to Thanksgiving. It is always a Friendsgiving with you, gobbledygookers. So let's skip the stuffing and talk some turkey, brother.
Yeah, woo!
All right, Brody. So, I mean, I think the big thing and the number one thing that we have to talk about is, of course, Grand Slam champion being crowned. But if you guys want to get involved in the conversation, 855-282-8255. You can also text over 314-590-3770. And, of course, go online to louinfo.com. Click Watch Live. We are live on the YouTube. The chat is open. We would love to hear from you again. louinfo.com. Brody, talk Cena to me.
All righty then. John Cena has won the Intercontinental Championship belt for the first time in his career. He defeated Dominic Mysterio this past week on Monday Night Raw, of course. John Cena was in his hometown of Boston. John Cena is probably going to Paul Levesque and like, hey, I'd like to win the Intercontinental Championship at least once in my career. I want to do it. He didn't really care. You know, a lot of the young stars in the past, they've commented about how John Cena comes in and takes his shovel and just buries talent or whatever. And that's what he did. That's what he kind of did here. He didn't care about who held the Intercontinental Championship. If it was Dominic Mysterio, if it was anybody else. He just wanted to win it one time, just one time in his career. But who does it really serve? It only really serves John Cena. Who else does it serve? I mean, I guess it serves WWE because they make more money if John Cena is there rather than if John Cena is not going to be there. But in WWE, they make more money if Cena's there. So I guess it was good for them. But really, who did it serve? It was self-served John Cena. He delivered everybody a bunch of soft-served ice cream by having the Intercontinental Championship win, because the last time his now tournament didn't need the Intercontinental Championship belt. This was only to serve John Cena. He wanted to do it. And listen, you know what? He's one of the biggest box office attractions in the entire sport of professional wrestling in the 21st century. If he wants to win the Intercontinental Championship belt for all that he's done in WWE, you know what? Paul Levesque is fine giving John Cena a bone. I don't think he cares. Go win the Intercontinental Championship. It doesn't matter. But who does it hurt? It hurts Dominic Mysterio. It hurts Rey Mysterio, that whole thing, because the belt's not involved anymore. Now it's on Cena. Let me tell you, it's going to be interesting now how that element is added to the last time is now tournament. It may affect who ends up winning the last time is now tournament, because now they're going to get an opportunity to face John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship belt Saturday night's main event. Maybe John, maybe they feel like, giving a younger wrestler that belt elevates them. And, they did say they want to give a younger wrestler an opportunity to beat John Cena. So it looks like that will happen on Saturday night's main event for the Intercontinental Championship. For people who don't know, John Cena, OVW, he came up in OVW. In the time-honored tradition, OVW is when you went up to the main roster, you dropped the OVW World Heavyweight Championship belt to the next top guy who is ready to go to the main roster. Batista did it for Cena. Cena did it for Simon Dean. That's what you do. It's what you do in OVW.
That's traditionally, I think, pretty much every, once you are making your way up the status, the professional wrestling status symbol, you're going from the indies to the lower, promotions to then NXT to then you kind of pass the torch.
You put the guy over on your way out of the territory.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that is something that John Cena has done. I think he's done that.
He's a company guy.
Brody, I'm going to grapple you on this because by everything we've seen, and back me up, listeners, back me up, Tony, back me up, Ryan, John Cena, he doesn't play he plays the cards they give him. I bet you a five knuckle shuffle sandwich. Listen,
easy
never
there.
know what that five.
Easy there.
I bet you that they came to John Cena and said, this is the last last time that we can get a Grand Slam. This is something we'd love to do.
I don't think Paul Levesque cares
everyone-
about Grand Slam,
John
Jeremy.
Cena absolutely doesn't care. Have you seen him? He's so zen behind the scenes.
Sure.
I'm saying that they wanted to do this. This was their last chance. The entire tournament, and we'll get into it, is about putting new talent over.
I agree
to
with
Tony's
that.
point. I think John Cena at this stage of his career is so selfless. There's no way he came to Paul and said, "Give me the Intercontinental Championship, brother."
Oh,
this
come
isn't
on.
Hulk Hogan. He is so far.
Oh, come on.
Here is my number one concern about what just happened. I think it's awesome, and I don't care. I don't care if John Cena went to Paul Levesque and said, "I want this," and I don't care if WWE Creative went to Cena and said, "Hey, this is the plan." I don't care. Either way, fine. What bothers me the most about this is that you took a belt that has traditionally been a worker's belt, the belt that's held by the guy who has earned it the most. Think about that. You know, I know the WWE Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, all that. I know all of those are belts that go to the top guy. But really, the Intercontinental Championship belt has been for the guy who has worked his ass off to get it. And now putting it on Cena, to me, immediately turns it into a cartoon belt.
Well, with The Miz,
It goes away.
The Miz I don't disagree with you. I think we can get into it that the U.S. title has become the working belt, as
Oh,
we've seen last night on SmackDown.
dude,
But the
I
Intercontinental
mean-
Champion, this doesn't hurt anybody, and I bet you Dominic Mysterio ends up back with it or somebody else. John Cena's got nothing but give back. I just wish Boston was the last match because that crowd was so hot,
Yeah.
and you felt the emotion in that room. This is you can't write this stuff. You can't even manufacture this stuff. And I think they are doing all the right moves here to make this such a big deal.
Here's another thing. And Brody, I think you can probably back me on this. With Cena winning the Intercontinental belt, I think this almost all but guarantees that Gunther will be his last opponent and he's going to win it back.
Fair enough.
Don't you? I mean,
Yeah.
because put the belt back on him. Again, you want to make it, how do you go from this belt becoming a cartoon belt to immediately putting it back into one of those worker belts? You put it on Gunther.
Okay.
Or
Right?
we have a good old-fashioned IC tournament, just
No.
like the days in the
No.
past.
There already is an
Texas
IC
tornado,
Intercontinental
just
Championship
like
tournament.
It's
Mr.
happening
Perfect.
right
There's
now.
already an Intercontinental
Absolutely.
Championship
No,
tournament.
I
What do
know.
you-
That's what happens every once in a while. Got to have that tournament. Got to have that battle royal.
Yeah,
It's
that's
happening right
Somebody's
now,
injured now.
man.
I hear you.
What's next for Dominic here? I know he's still got the
I don't
AAA
know.
belt.
I've heard from some people that they're not doing Dominic and Ray at Survivor Series in San Diego, even though it's in their hometown. What WWE will do is let's just make us completely forget about anything about Dom or anything else about it happened, and they're just going to act like nothing happened. John will go as like the match never happened. They never acknowledge it on commentary. It'll be like, you know what? He lost the belt to Cena. Let's act like that just never happened. And John has the IC belt moving forward. And it's basically a refresh button for Dominic Mysterio. I didn't think it was necessary. I just don't think, why does it? But it's fine. John wins the Intercontinental Championship belt. Did it add anything to the last time is now tournament, or would have still been a big deal regardless if the Intercontinental Championship belt was involved?
I mean, I think it's almost to me a bigger deal if the belt is not in the mix, because in my eyes, I look at it, whoever wins to go to the finals to face Cena in this tournament finale, there's your new Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
And we find that out before the match even happens. Because do you think that there is a world where WWE Creative goes, we're going to do the ultimate swerve here? This has been promoted as John Cena's final match ever. This has been his last match. We have literally built this up for over a year. And we're going to have him win and keep the belt on his last match and just cause absolute chaos.
Or
Do you see that happening?
Or he just wins
No.
and then just leaves the belt in the ring. Like
No,
Just throws it
no,
down?
That won't
Like,
happen.
it's
I'll
just-
tell you why.
like,
Because he was trained OVW by Jim Cornette and Danny Davis. You never, ever, ever retire winning the championship belt just handing over. I won't quote it, but when it was pitched that, can Bret Hart just hand the belt over at Survivor Series? That'll never happen. Cena will never, ever, ever. I'm telling you, he was taught and ingrained in his mind
That you lose it.
that you never, ever, ever retire by having and winning the belt.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
not happen.
I'm excited to see what they do with it. But, like you said, moving towards Survivor Series, we're seeing the teams kind of come together.
Yes.
And we saw that on Raw when we saw a little help from Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. They ran down to help out CM Punk against The Vision and Logan Paul?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
This
Somebody
is
help
what I
me.
love about Survivor Series. Those old school fans remember those team ups, those alliances that have to happen. Listen, they're caught in a corner there with Seth Rollins' injury. Putting in Logan Paul, not a bad move. I don't know if he's permanently a member.
That was my question.
Is the Beast going to come and join that team? And on the other side, will we get the OC1, the original tribal chief? I love all these team ups, and we saw some of that in SmackDown last night.
Yes. But as we're going to dive into this because I know people are curious. The Last Time Is Now tournament, for those who can't follow, we will follow it for you because this is what we do on Wrestling on the Spectrum. Here are the matches that have happened this past week. Rusev defeated Damian Priest. Sheamus defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, two of old John Cena's foes. Advanced in the tournament, it was not so awesome for The Miz as Jey Uso defeated The Miz. We're going to talk about one of the Last Time Is Now tournament matches very, very soon. They have some scheduled, guys. Gunther will be in the tournament. They've confirmed he will face Javon Evans. They will have Bronson Reed versus Carmelo Hayes. So you could forget about your Carmelo Hayes prediction. He's going up against Bronson Reed, considering what happened on SmackDown. Yeah, he's about to get squashed.
My guys are
and
squashed.
Penta versus Finn Balor.
Ooh.
And of course, Solo Sikoa is facing another surprise, folks. Another surprise opponent is going to be, again, Solo Sikoa. Will it be a Viper? We will see on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. You know what? It's kind of funny to me because, like, there are so many big names that are injured that are, waiting for a return.
Right.
Like, Kevin Owens is still out there.
I thought we were going to get that last night.
Yeah.
And Sammy said I didn't come alone.
Yeah, I thought that too. So, Kevin Owens is still out there. You're going to see Randy Orton come back. Gunther's coming back. Who are some other of those big names that were waiting to come back? I know I'm going to miss out on some here, but what are some of the guys that could be a surprise return, especially when we're looking at teams that are kind of forming up? Are there any other big names that are out there? I know we mentioned Batista. Last,
No,
we
he's not.
mentioned that.
No way.
I think there's an elephant in the room that I'm pretty sure that I know is going to join the Vision.
Okay, bring it.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Brock.
Yeah, that's what we're talking in the chat.
Brock will.
Shout out to Podcast Heat Wrestling chatting in the YouTube chat there. Great followers there. You want to follow their podcast. They're chiming in. I want to know who's going to be on that heel team as well. I think we can all say I thought that was a fun ending to SmackDown last night.
Yeah.
With the suspended Drew McIntyre coming back. I love how Survivor Series brings them all together and then the Royal Rumble splits them all apart.
So for the casual fan that's listening right now, and again, if you want to get involved, hop on the YouTube chat at luinfo.com, click watch live. You can get right into the chat and ask a question and get involved in the conversation. Tell me now for 2025, the Survivor Series coming up, what is the format? Because I know we've seen a couple different variations. Because JC, while he's looking up the 2025 format, let's talk about when we were growing up watching Survivor Series. It was a much different Survivor Series than you see today.
100%. It was the Thanksgiving tradition. On Thanksgiving night, traditionally a big wrestling night for folks. And it was those teams of 5-on-5. I wanted to say it was almost 6-on-6, but the unpredictableness of it. I had Uncle Morris, right? He had the satellite in the back. And boy, my cousin Shane and I would love to watch the Hulkamaniacs, the Warriors, all these theme teams. Bret Hart would lead a team. I was telling Sarah last night how it used to work. If you were in a feud like Dusty Rhodes and Macho Man, you had to get your team members.
Yeah.
And
there was recruiting and all of that.
Yes,
it was
and
great.
it was the traditional Survivor Series matches, which looks like maybe on SmackDown next week, where you had the lone survivor and they would, as each team would lose a guy or they would get counted out or disqualified, it would come down to one survivor. And that was a big deal. And you remember the year where they brought everybody back for the final match, and it was Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, and Tito Santana.
That's right. Of course, Survivor Series so far, only 2 matches have been booked, and not all the members will be announced. We're going to preview Survivor Series in a couple weeks right here on Wrestling on the Spectrum, but so far they've announced that it's CM Punk, Cody Uso, so that's Jimmy and Jay, and to be determined. So likely that 5th spot will be one of the 2, Roman Reigns or John Cena, versus the Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and to be determined that heel will likely be Brock Lesnar. And the Women's War Games match, so far they've announced to be Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, and 2 women still need to be announced going up against the heel team of Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka, and Kairi Sane, and to be determined on the heel side for the Women's War Games match. Very interesting. We will all of that will come unfold. We're going to talk about it right here on Wrestling on the Spectrum. We're going to preview it in a couple weeks, but that's what it is so far for the 2 War Games matches. And John Cena will be on the show. It's going to be at Petco Park in San Diego, California, November 29th. It'll be at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time, ESPN Plus. Look forward to that, and it is going to be a heck of a show, one of WWE's 10-pole events of the year. And, of course, holiday tradition. Wrestling always was on Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. All the way up until recent years, wrestling always used to be on the holidays. People used to actually go to events on Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day. And,
I just heard JBL talking about that, how he said like Christmas was one of their biggest draws because it's people that A, don't celebrate Christmas, and B, the people that do Christmas morning, and then what do? Nothing else is going on.
Go to wrestling.
There's a wrestling show in town.
Right.
Let's go.
Same
So
to
they all
movies.
go.
Yeah, movies are a
movies.
big night. You're sitting around with those cousins, and you're like, we're done fighting over stuffing. Let's go see a movie, or let's go to wrestling.
So and I didn't even put this together. I forgot that Survivor Series happens before the finale of John Cena's The Last Time Is Now.
yes.
Does John Cena lose the belt at Survivor Series?
No.
Why not? Why not?
Why
he
would you?
join a
Doesn't it?
team?
Wouldn't it would be, I think that's what it is, Jeremy. I think you almost have to put him in the babyface team, right? Because has Cena ever competed in War Games? I don't think he's ever competed in War Games.
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
I don't think Cena's ever competed in War Games. I think you put Cena in War Games.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me. You make the match bigger. Why wouldn't he be in the main event of Survivor Series? And that'd just be odd if he wasn't in it.
I don't know. I just think,
They may not put him in it and put Roman and give Roman that spot. I don't know. But then you're going to have the surprise return of Roman at Survivor Series, though, right? And not have him scheduled in the match.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think it would be, I just hope that this doesn't happen. And I kind of see it kind of coming true is I don't want them to not book them pre-show. You know what I mean? I want to know who it is going into it.
Right.
Don't do the whole we'll find out now. I don't want that. I don't want that because then no matter who it is, I mean, it's got to be somebody spectacular for really to blow me away. If you're going to do that, they're already doing way too many. Oh, we don't know who they're going to face.
Right.
We don't know who they're going to face. And this whole tournament has surprises and twists and things. Sometimes just a good old fashioned match is just going to do it fine. And I think that's what we need.
Speaking of
here. surprises,
how fun was it to see Matt Cardona, who got the shout out from John Cena weeks ago, now coming back as his character, Zack Ryder. Brody, this is Cena giving back and giving a little rub to his friend Cardona.
You realize his merch is now on the WWE website. They're dropping his merch. He's back in WWE.
Get that dollar.
So that was
he's back in
question.
WWE. Yeah, I think he's
So,
back in WWE. Why would they have the WWE account posting about his merch if he's not back in WWE?
Because he showed up. If you notice, he did not show up as Matt Cardona.
Right. No.
He was Zack Ryder. Who WWE owns.
Right.
So he comes back and they go, how do we make a quick buck off of this? Put his merch online. Perfect. They put his merch online. Do we see Zack Ryder again in the WWE?
I think we do.
Or does he go back to Matt Cardona?
No. I think he's going back to WWE. Chelsea Green's there, and all he's wanted to do is go back to WWE.
Of course.
Him and Chelsea Green would be an amazing
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, all Zack Ryder's want to do is go back to WWE. And why would they?
So?
Yeah. Why would they talk about?
Do you think he wants to come back as Zack Ryder, though? Or do you
I don't think he cares at this point. I
he just wants to do it. But my question,
he cares.
My question is, though, okay, so we have been told, promised, dare I say, because when Cena says something, it usually comes true, that there are going to be people that he wrestles that don't even work there.
He's not wrestling Zack Ryder, though. Zack Ryder just took a job to LA Knight.
But no, he said the tournament will feature people that, that work here, that have been in his past, and some that don't even work here. If Zack Ryder now works for the WWE, does that count?
Yeah, it counts.
Well, he fulfilled on the promise. Some people that don't even work here.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Though, Tony, who else is in their orbit?
I've been saying this guy for the past 3 weeks when he said that.
Okay.
I said Nick Mimeth.
Yeah, that's another guy. Now he's in TNA.
Right,
that makes sense.
Save as print it, flying.
I think we could see Dolph Ziggler. I think we could see Dolph Ziggler.
I mean, I guess so.
He just got called out.
That doesn't
on
excite
TNA
you.
too.
Who excites you, Tony? What will do it for you, man?
Does Randy showing up on Raw excite you more than Ziggler? Obviously.
Yes, I think that would be better.
Sure.
I think I like Randy. I mean, you really want to blow my mind? I mean, then have Kevin Owens show up.
Sure.
Have Kevin Owens be in the
that's a great point.
First off, think about this. Imagine how how incredible that match would be. Solo Sikoa and Kevin Owens.
That's a good match.
Well, and to your point,
What a great
who did
return.
Kevin Owens beat on his first night, I think, for the U.S. title?
It was Cena. That's how it started.
That's a great point. File, save as, print that.
Well,
No,
you
I
just
mean-
file, saved as twice. You got to pick one. You can't
No,
file, save as,
I
print
put
twice.
I put an underscore final on the file.
I think Ryder will be
Nice
back in
override.
WWE. If it's not this, he'll be back in WWE soon. I
For
think
sure.
it's inevitable. I think it's inevitable at this point. Why would you even have him on if you're not have any interest at all in having him back? It makes no sense. They
I
got
think
the
you're right,
merch up.
Brian.
Yeah, I don't. And listen, Zack Ryder, and let me say this. He's not going to be a main eventer. He's legit. He's a mid-card guy, but he's popular. People like him. Long IZ, the Broskis. They
He
acknowledged
is a
on comments.
different man, physique-wise, everything.
Physique, he's improved.
He made LA
I
Knight
think
look like
You're right.
I know.
And
My
I think Zack Ryder is going to be very popular. His return is going to be taken very well for a month.
Yeah, for a month.
And then
for
all
sure.
of a sudden, Zack Ryder will once again be Zack Ryder.
Zack
And it
Ryder.
will be like, oh, okay, here comes Zack Ryder. This is going to be very cool.
Right.
He's going to do a couple things.
Right.
1, 2, 3. He walks back holding his head and he's not in a great mood.
Right.
We're going to fall right into that trap
We're gonna
again,
fall right in that
unfortunately.
trap, no doubt about it.
Do
You
you all-
pair him with Chelsea Green, that's what they'll do.
Do you all feel like they are almost superstar fortifying because John Cena is such a threat? I think they're doing a good job with Cody Rhodes. We can get into that, but
Okay.
it feels like they're going to try and pull some star power coming out of December when John's gone. They signed Joe Hendry officially this week. We've known this a long time coming.
Listen, I'm looking.
There's rumors of
Say
Jericho,
his
but
name.
let's talk
Jericho.
Joe Hendry.
Yeah, let's talk about Joe Hendry. I don't know if I believe in
my
Joe
God.
Hendry yet. I believe Joe Hendry's signing with the WWE. I mean, I like Joe Hendry. Listen, for those who don't know, Joe Hendry, he is from Scotland originally. He was an amateur wrestler, had an amateur background. He wrestled in TNA. He was a TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He's wrestled a lot in TNA. He's wrestled a lot in NXT. And now Joe Hendry is signed, it looks like, full-time with WWE, likely to be on the main roster. He did the job for Randy Orton at WrestleMania, maybe impress some people in the back there. Joe Hendry is now in WWE. Don't know what you do with him. I think you tap into his legitimate amateur background. He can cut a good promo. He's got, a hit song is his theme song.
Yeah.
People believe it. He really is enticing the crowd to believe in Joe Hendry. I'm looking forward to see. The jury is still out on Joe Hendry. I'm looking forward to this because I think it rejuvenates that WWE TNA partnership. That's what it does. It gives TNA wrestlers in TNA hope that they can be the next Joe Hendry. So I'm looking forward to see how he's booked here.
Oh, God, I hate to be this guy, but this is going to be Fandango 2.0.
Wow.
He's gonna.
Tony,
They're
working
gonna.
stiff, brother.
They're gonna put him. They're gonna put him. Do you think they're gonna put him in NXT, or do you think they're gonna put him
I think
straight
they'll put him
main
in the main roster
roster?
because he's been in NXT a
So
lot.
here's the deal: they're gonna put him on the main roster. People are gonna go crazy and they're gonna go bananas over it, and then all of a sudden they're gonna go, "Okay, I don't
He's gonna have
care.
to turn heel.
I don't care." It's gonna. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's gonna happen. If I'm in the audience, that's how I feel.
I'm gonna
The first time I
disagree.
see it, I'm going to go, oh, man, that's great. This is hilarious. I love it. But then every time I'm going to go, we're good here. We're good here. I got
You're
it.
right. Things have a shelf life, as Jim Cornette says. How can we miss you if you never go away? But I will say Fandango was shoved down our throat.
Yeah, he
Fandango, Jericho, Vince
I love
McMahon.
it.
Love it, pal.
Yeah.
But the difference is here, Joe Henry had a natural, organic fan base. The
You're right.
fans made
You're right.
Joe Henry. Fandango was forced.
I agree with you.
Okay.
there.
It was
Fine.
forced, but I love Fandango.
How about the fact that
He's
he is
gonna
actually
retire.
still wrestling? I was just going to say that.
He's
Like
gonna retire.
he looks great, and it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
fantastic.
All these
And
guys.
hey, Ryan, we got to take a break here in a
Yes,
second.
sir.
Okay, so hey, Brody, what I want to do, I know we don't talk TNA a lot here,
Yep.
but one thing that we do talk about is when reality bleeds into storyline,
Mhm.
and something has happened on TNA this week that it got picked up on news sources and everything, and I want to talk to you and get your opinion on that
Okay.
after the break.
Okay.
So again, if you want to get involved, 855-282-8255. Also text over 314-590-3770 and online at luinfo.com. This is Wrestling on the Spectrum. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wrestling on the Spectrum. Today is Saturday, November 15th. It is 11:35 in beautiful Kirkwood, Missouri at the J. Randolph Jr. Studio. Wrestling on the Spectrum is brought to you by Brown & Crouppen, online getbc.com. We encourage you guys to get involved in the conversation this morning. All you have to do is go to luinfo.com. You then click watch live and you will be taken to the YouTube channel. The chat is up there. We encourage you guys to come in, especially in just a few minutes. I know Brody's put together a great list of the main eventers that he believes should be, put in that status. And I'm excited to get to that list. But before the break, I had mentioned something about TNA. Okay. And during TNA, I don't know how much you follow, Brody, but Santana was the champion. Santana then lost the belt.
Yep.
Okay. He lost it to Frankie Kazarian, which is awesome, by the way. I love that. He's holding the title right now. But here's what I absolutely love about this. Okay. So there were reports going around that Santana didn't show up to his meet and greet afterwards.
Okay.
He didn't show up to the press conference. It was a 1 p.m. call time and he didn't show up. And it was picked up by like news sources, like Bleacher Report had a story on it.
Yep.
Santana could not be reached for comment. TNA could not be reached for comment. People were going crazy like, dude, this guy's got sour grapes. He lost the belt and then stopped showing up and is a no-call, no-show. And everybody ran with it. And then he showed up at the event and came in and ran in, and it was all storyline. My question to you is,
I didn't know that.
the lines have been blurred so much that do you think that there needs to be some sort of a reset to where, hey, this is when a guy is actually out or injured or leaving or actually mad? Or do you love the fact that this continues to keep us guessing and you never know?
I love that it keeps us guessing. That is what's great about wrestling. Keep
Right.
those lines as blurred as possible.
Right.
What's real, what's not real. I think you can't take any injury for serious anymore. You just have to really fly by the seat of our pants. Are they injured? Are they not? Surprises are great for a return of wrestling. Obviously, Mike Santana, who was previously paired up with Ortiz in AEW, he wanted to go off and do his own thing, and they kind of had a nasty breakup.
Yeah.
And Santana ends up in TNA. Obviously, for those in TNA are now looking to be the next Joe Hendry and try to climb to WWE status, most of them. And I think Mike Santana is no different. I think Mike Santana will end up on the WWE main roster at some point. Obviously, he dropped the belt to Frankie Kazarian. For those who don't know, Kazarian, who is he's a long-time wrestler, has been wrestling for over 25 years,
Yeah, it's great.
journeyman, wrestled mostly in TNA. He was in AEW for a cup of coffee.
I think I saw him in
departed there.
ROH
He had
a
2
couple
cups of
years
coffee.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's one of those guys where he's
Right.
always been around.
He's always been around.
yeah.
And, I always felt like he should have gotten a run in WWE. Maybe he still will. I
Right.
know he's getting a little bit up there in age. He's one of the elder statesmen in TNA, along with, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, and a few other guys like the Hardys. There's some elder statesmen that are there, and he kind of serves in that role. Maybe he gets a shot at WWE. Maybe he doesn't. But glad to see him win the belt. I agree with you, Tony. Glad to see the belt on Frankie Kazarian. Mike Santana, I think, has bigger and brighter things and could have a future on the WWE main roster.
I agree with you too. And real quick, again, like I said, you guys can get involved, and I want your opinion because Mike Santana, maybe a future, main eventer, but I'm interested in your list here, Brody, and I'm very curious. So, I know the folks are filing into the chat room here on YouTube.
Absolutely.
You can go to Lou Info on just the search bar there. It'll take you right to us. I know Coach Rosie in the chat room, podcast heat as well. So get involved here, and we will be talking about some Survivor Series memories here shortly as well. But Brody, again, I think you kind of you told me that you want to give us this list and just see if we agree or disagree with you when it comes to, in your eyes,
current
these
main
are the
eventers
current
or
main
guys
eventers.
that are on the cusp of being main eventers.
Okay.
I have lists for both AEW and WWE right now. These are men's singles, so we'll get to the ladies at some point in the upcoming weeks and maybe even tag teams, but it won't include the Bucks and FTR. We are going to be it's going to be interesting.
Real quick. So is this your top 15 of both companies,
Yeah,
or
both
your top
companies.
15 WWE
No,
top 15?
Both
Okay.
companies.
All
We're going to go over it right now.
So men's
AEW,
professional wrestlers.
yes, men's
Okay.
singles. All right, AEW right now. First, Samoa Joe at the top of the list. I got Samoa Joe. I think we all agree is a main eventer in AEW.
For sure.
Okay. Bobby Lashley, do we all agree main eventer in AEW?
Maybe. I'm going to give it a maybe.
Okay.
I think he is the elite mid-carder, but I'll say maybe.
Okay. Darby Allin is main eventer in AEW.
Yes.
Konosuke Takeshita on the cusp of being a main eventer in AEW, or
On
is
the
a main
cusp.
eventer? Yeah.
On the cusp. Yep, 100%.
Okay. Kazuchika Okada.
Sure.
Yes.
They paid a lot of money.
Sure. Okay. Kyle Fletcher on the cusp.
I do think so.
I think
he's
he
a
is.
wrestler's
I think he's
wrestler,
there.
and yeah,
I think he's there.
Okay. Kenny Omega.
Yes.
Okay. John Moxley.
Yes.
Adam Page.
Yes.
I know this wrestler may be leaving soon. Chris Jericho.
Yes, I do believe you know what? And I think this is one where some people would disagree with you because they think that, he has maybe slid down a little bit.
He has slid down.
But he's Chris Jericho.
He's a big name, though. He's a big name.
He's Chris freaking Jericho.
And they're going to need it after Cena leaves.
Okay. Edge.
Yeah, I think he'll be back in WWE. I do.
You really do.
I think that once Cena leaves, they are going to need those star powers, the throwbacks to the 2003s eras and things. They're going to look for recognition. They've got the money to pay these
Okay,
guys.
so here's my question. When is Cope's contract up in AEW?
I don't know.
Is it now?
You bring Edge and Christian both back to WWE.
That would rule.
Yes.
I would be all about that.
Okay.
Man.
Yes.
All about that.
That
And then
feels like a big deal.
and then you do it within the next year. Somehow you figure it out to do it.
Yeah.
And then you have one final Hardy's
All right.
Edge and Christian
You
match.
think
Fair
so?
enough.
That's a good
Yep.
one.
All
Yeah.
right. MJF.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's got to be consistently on television.
Okay. I agree.
He's
one
not
that
consistently on
needs-
television. He disappears into the back.
We can get into
Okay.
it, but he needs to go to WWE and get the Cody treatment.
I agree. Swerve Strickland.
Yeah.
Swerve,
Absolutely.
yes, but I think with Swerve, I think there are a few things. I think 90% of the puzzle is done.
Okay.
I think there are two more very important central pieces of that puzzle that need to click into place, and then I think we're talking stardom.
Okay.
Well, and Swerve, we forget, right? Batman is only as good as his Joker.
You're
And you've
right.
got to have Austin had
Yeah.
Mr. McMahon. So I think a lot of these title runs back in the day that sort of were because they didn't have a strong enough heel.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
I have
definitely
no
agree
doubt.
with you.
And I got another one here. He needs to win. For anybody who wants to know who needs to win the world title the most in the next year, Will Ospreay.
Absolutely, but I would have put the belt on him when he first came in because, again, I say he's the one that can get out of your bubble of pro wrestling fans and go mainstream. When you grab somebody who hasn't watched wrestling in a while and you show them a Will Ospreay match, they're in.
Yeah, and I think that the way that AEW and Tony Khan is handling Will Ospreay is how the WWE handled Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Right.
They are. I got what they were trying to do.
Okay.
The little engine that never could get it, and then all of a sudden he'll get it, and it's the big celebration. Well, then do that.
Yeah.
We've been here for a while now.
I do.
It's
feel
getting to a
we've
point.
lost
And
the
I know-
momentum.
I
He
know
needs
injuries
to
have
win
hurt.
the belt in Wembley next year in 2026. I think it's
100%.
essential for AEW to do so. Now we're going to go to WWE. Okay, listed off. First guy, Gunther. Are we all in agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triple H loves
Okay.
Gunther. He is a wrestler's wrestler. He's got it all. Though I miss bigger Gunther. Every time I see,
Yeah.
I miss Farta.
I hate saying this, and because I feel like I get yelled at and looked at crazy, but like I'm not a fan. I don't like Gunther. I mean,
Why? He's
I just-
great on the mic.
Is it because he's a good heel?
Fantastic
Yeah, he is great
wrestler.
on the mic.
I
sells.
don't know. I just, for some reason, I think it's because, and I say this, all right, I'm going to relate it to music because I'm the music guy. I say the same thing about when I say I don't like the band Tool. Tool fans are
Because
like, why don't
everybody-
you like the band Tool? That's ridiculous. Tool's the greatest band ever. I just don't like the fact that if I say that, like, Gunther's okay,
That's how I
the
feel
Gunther
about him.
fans jump down your throat.
You'll be
So-
a Wiener Schnitzel.
I
That's
guess
okay.
so.
I would say
He's my favorite
his
wrestler
gimmick
on
must be
WWE.
working, brother,
Wait,
because
whoa,
you don't
whoa,
like him.
whoa. What'd you say, brother? What'd you say, Brody?
Oh, he's my favorite wrestler in all of WWE. He's my favorite wrestler in the
Whoa.
world. I'm like one of the only
Whoa.
people that I have
with
Gunther
Brody on this one.
merch. I'm the only one that has Gunther merch, I guess.
Wow.
I love Gunther.
Okay, but yes, I still believe that he should be considered
He's
a main
great.
eventer. Yes.
He's phenomenal. Dominic Mysterio.
Yes.
He's
Crazy
on the
Yeah.
cusp.
From where he came from.
I still
He's
think he's
my
a main
favorite.
Look
eventer.
at that reaction in Boston. They wouldn't even let him talk.
I know.
That's
I know.
heat, brother.
He's
See,
really my favorite.
That's not
right now.
Xbox heat.
Dude, by
Yeah.
the way, real quick before you move on, I mean, the fact that Dominic said to Ray when he goes, you consider yourself the king of the luchadors, you don't even consider yourself to be even half as good as blah, blah. And then he goes, Eddie Guerrero, and Dominic goes, keep your father's name out of my mouth. Dude,
That's
I laughed
hilarious.
so hard.
Oh, that was great.
It is
The
the best. I love it.
Obviously, Brock Lesnar in
Ah,
the
yeah.
mix. Obvious. That's a
Ridiculously.
given.
Looking like a Cro-Magnesian in those Vegas promos. My goodness.
Doesn't
Sitting
he?
out there. Can you imagine him at Golden Corral?
So,
Good God.
okay, here, and I'm sorry to go on kind of another little sidebar
No,
here,
that's
but
fine.
okay, so Brock Lesnar, all right, they said that Brock Lesnar is back in WWE.
Yes,
This
he
wasn't a
is.
one time. If you are let's just say somebody like Jey Uso, let's say somebody like Drew McIntyre, that is like there all the time, working your ass off, and Brock Lesnar shows up, has a match. We don't see him on TV. We don't see him anywhere. He all of a sudden shows up on this commercial for WrestleMania. He's getting the ultimate rock star treatment upon rock star treatment. Do the boys in the back go, this is BS? This is BS that he's getting this treatment. I'm having to work crazy.
Do they do that? I'm asking you. It's been around since 2012.
You're not Brock Lesnar.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that.
You're not a freak.
My question is, and I'm not saying say anything directly to Brock Lesnar or say anything to management. I want to know if there is a conversation of folks in the back that are going like, isn't this crazy that he just gets to show up and do something? And we got to work
the same thing with Cena coming in and winning the IC.
No, I'm saying we're all making more money.
Yeah.
I don't think with Brock, I think he's earned it. There may be some others that you could say that about. But again, they're going to need marquee names to fill up this ESPN.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's fine.
That's fine.
We're going to get down to it. Braun Breaker on the cusp.
Oh, for sure.
Braun Breaker is very much so on the cusp.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, I think he is one or two PLEs away from breakout.
Absolutely,
if he doesn't go through a brick wall or pull a Goldberg and punch a windshield or something like that. I'm sincerely worried about this guy.
By the way, speaking of Braun Breaker, yesterday when he, on SmackDown at the end, when he speared Uso through that table, there were a few moments there where if you watch him, he was shaking his knee. And I went, oh, boy, is that real? Is that so not real?
Yeah.
He is one of those guys that goes from 0 to 1,000 in 3 seconds. So.
And, of course, I put Bronson Reed in there also because you have to.
Good on him, right? He's grown into his character.
Oh, absolutely. He's done great with the Paul Heyman rub. He did it better. He did a better job than Ryback and Curtis Axel ever did. So then go to CM Punk.
Yes.
Sure. If he can stay healthy, guys, don't forget this guy gets injured. I mean, it's just natural. Your body, your bum card, brother.
Okay. So I say to you, Brody, CM Punk with the belt right now, really cool. Does it do anything for the belt?
I don't think it elevates
just a
the
moment
belt
for CM
status.
Punk?
I think it gives you CM Punk and Braun Breaker WrestleMania and have Paul Heyman element in it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, this is a placeholder right now.
Right.
Like the belt does nothing around CM Punk's waist.
No.
It closed that story, and now this is the placeholder until we go on to the next chapter.
We go.
Right. That's why I think they should have saved it for WrestleMania, but alas, I'll reserve judgment.
That's fine. I got a few more names here. Cody Rhodes, we all agree is main eventer.
He can stay healthy. For sure. He's been wrestling a lot. They've been putting him on SmackDown a lot. I am also worried about him getting injured.
Drew McIntyre.
Sure, fantastic. Great deal.
I think this guy's on the cusp of being a main eventer. Jacob Fatu.
Absolutely, if he can stay healthy.
I was going to say he's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay on TV because until you just said the name Jacob Fatu, I forgot about him.
But he's one of your who's on the bench. Absolutely a big name.
Yep.
But
I think he can draw money. I really do. Jey Uso with his charisma, obviously, I put him in this category. Even though his work in the ring is not the best, he can't hang work wise with the rest of the guys on this list.
Jey Uso heel could be another flavor.
Yes.
Okay.
If he's heel main eventer right now, no, not.
Right.
Don't you think
it's like the Joe Henry stuff we said?
Yeah.
Don't you think that after seeing that match against CM Punk, don't you think he goes to the back and they go, hey, let's just walk to the ring. Let's just walk to the ring. Let's go ahead and change this up because you're gassed by the time you get to the ring.
Yeah,
and then you're even more gassed by the time the match gets going.
I would send him a plane ticket to the PC and let's add some moves to your arsenal, Jay.
What's the ultimate heel move for Jey Uso? The music hits, ready to eat, and he slowly walks down the aisle.
Yeah.
You don't get your yeet.
No.
Did you see The Miz getting a little heat yesterday because of what he did?
He did the Cena?
No. So Jey Uso got into the ring, and Jay's new thing is run it back, run that music back.
Yeah,
he did it, and he goes, run it back, and then all of a sudden, awesome. Yeah, I thought it was great. Classic Miz move. I've said this before. I think Miz is up there in the top 3 as far as character work is concerned in the WWE.
I have Logan Paul on the list. I don't know if anyone considers him really wrestler. I have Logan Paul on there.
Remember that match with Cena?
I thought it was great. I said on the show it was great.
Logan Paul is ingratiating himself. It is no joke how that maybe the most successful celebrity crossover of all time.
The last 3 guys on the list, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. I think everybody could agree here on main eventers.
Without question. All
right, here's the bigger question. Who do we like better? Do you like the main event roster better in WWE or AEW?
WWE.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I will say this, and we're all fans of AEW. When WWE knows how to present folks that look like a star, you can take the same thing, put it in AEW. It really is like we're living the WCW, WWF days back in the day where the work rate might be, it is a wrestling show we were talking about, blood and guts in the lobby and just how fun it is, the visceral excitement of it.
I was just going to say to you, I have no problem saying this because I do not think that what I am about to say is a negative comment at all. Okay? I watch WWE because I like to follow the storylines. I like the performance aspect of the WWE. WWE to me is CSI Miami.
Exactly.
I watch AEW because I like watching cops.
Fair enough.
I like watching cops. I like watching Jerry Springer. I like watching some TV like that.
Right.
I could still enjoy that and still enjoy the other thing. And guess what? Everybody can coexist.
Absolutely.
I think everyone can coexist. The wrestlers make more money when there's more competition in the field.
Absolutely.
That's a great point. It's a great thing. I would have done things differently, but hey.
Of course.
Fair enough.
But Jeremy, Brody, Flying Ryan.
Is it time?
It is Thanksgiving, okay? Thanksgiving is very close. Thanksgiving means, to me, Survivor Series. And Jeremy, I know I've been looking in the chat room here. JC asking everybody what their favorite SummerSlam moment is. I know Coach Rosie getting involved. What was his favorite Survivor Series moment?
Let's see here. Loving the 1992 Survivor Series because the Boss Man versus Nails nightstick on a pole match.
I love that, dude.
Oh,
what a
my
throwback
goodness.
there. That is for sure.
Yes. Oof.
Wow.
Oof. I don't know. I think that stuffing had some oysters in it.
I know the team over at Podcast Heat chiming in as well. They're partial to Team Bischoff 2003 and Team DX.
Let me read to you these teams because this is so 2003.
Okay, bring it.
Team Bischoff is Chris Jericho, Christian, Mark Henry, Randy Orton, and Scott Steiner with Eric Bischoff, Theodore Long, and Stacy Keibler. They defeated the team of Team Austin, which is Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, Devon Dudley, Rob Van Dam, Shawn Michaels with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Gotta love the Survivor
That was the
Series.
babyface team, right? Would have been Rob Van Dam,
100%.
Shawn Michaels, Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, Devon Dudley, and that was against the heel Chris Jericho, Christian, Randy Orton, Scott Steiner, Mark. Randy Orton was like the youngest guy in this match. Think about that. That's how long Randy Orton's been wrestling, folks.
I love some 2003
wild.
memories.
Okay, so Brody.
All right.
This version of Beat the Brain is very simple. It's all about Survivor Series.
All right, fair enough.
So there are going to be two different ways for you to gain some points here. Okay. If you get the question right without the multiple choice, you get 2 points.
Okay.
If you have to ask for the multiple choice and you get it correct, you get 1 point.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. JC, are you able to keep score for us here?
Oh, I'm the worst guy to do it, but okay, let's do it. Come on.
Perfect. All right. So here is an example. No points awarded for this question.
Okay.
Survivor Series has been historically held in which month of the year?
November.
All right. So that is correct. He would get 2 points. JC, if you can give me ding ding for 2 points there. There we go. 2 points. And now we go.
All right.
Brody, I have these questions split into 3 categories.
Okay.
I completely skipped easy because I know that you would 100% get easy.
Okay.
So we have normal, hard, and legendary. Okay.
Okay.
Here is question number 1 for the normal category.
Okay.
Again, remember, this is Beat the Brain.
Okay.
At Survivor Series 1990, the iconic character The Undertaker made his official WWF debut as a member of whose team?
Bruce Pritchard's.
But technically,
I'm not talking manager. I want to talk about who is the team
Was Ted
captain.
DiBiase's team?
Ted DiBiase is
Okay.
correct. We will give you the 2 points because I do see what you did there. The manager of the team was Bruce Pritchard.
Right.
Okay, so 2 points. Question number 3. The infamous Montreal screw job happened in what year?
1997.
That is correct. 2 points to the brain. That is
6
question
total, yeah.
question number 3. In 2012, the faction known as The Shield made their main roster debut by interfering in the main event, costing who the WWE Championship?
Oh my goodness. It would have been
Now, don't forget, you can ask for the multiple choice if you need the multiple choice.
I know that
You
they
got
aided
this.
CM Punk in the matter, and CM Punk was the champion. So give me the multiple choice.
The multiple choice is John
Is
Cena.
Ryback? Is it Ryback?
It was Ryback.
Okay, I
It
didn't
was
need the
Ryback.
multiple choice.
He lives
It-
off those residuals.
Ryback.
It was Ryback.
It was Ryback.
Okay, next question. Here we go. This is the final question in the normal category.
Okay.
The main event of the inaugural Survivor Series was a 5-on-5 traditional elimination match that saw Team Andre the Giant defeat whose team?
Hogan's team.
That is correct. That was super easy. All right, now we move on to difficult, everybody.
Oh my.
Is everybody ready?
Oh,
Ryan,
gosh.
are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Brody
Okay.
mode
I'm ready.
activated.
Oh.
Which wrestler holds the record for the most total eliminations in the history of the traditional Survivor Series elimination matches?
Ooh, who's been in Survivor Series a lot?
I love this question so much, by the way.
Holy cow. Is it Kane?
That's who I would have guessed.
I,
What do we think?
I don't know. Jams right now. All right, here we go. Do you want the multiple choice?
He
Is
said
it-
Kane.
is it Kane?
He asked if-
It is not Kane.
Mm.
All right, multiple choice then.
Is it The Undertaker? Is it Randy Orton? Is it Shawn Michaels? Or is it Hulk Hogan?
Give me Shawn Michaels?
I'm sorry, it's Randy Orton.
Wow.
Randy Orton.
Okay.
Randy
All right,
Orton.
Okay, how many points? 0?
0 points
0
there.
points. Yeah, I
0
don't know.
points
He's
there.
at 10.
All right, here's the next question. Who was the sole survivor in the inaugural traditional Survivor Series elimination match for the women's division, which took place in 1987?
Oh, wow.
Wow, that would have. Oh my goodness.
God, these are so great.
These are tough.
Would it have been Wendy? No, it would have been multiple choice. Multiple
choice. We have Sensational Sherry, Rockin' Robin, Velvet McIntyre, or the Fabulous Moolah.
I gotta go Fabulous Moolah.
You are correct, sir.
Okay.
How many points was that? One?
1 point.
Just one.
At Survivor Series 1992, in the 4-on-4 elimination match, which wrestler was the sole survivor for his team after he pinned both Ric Flair and Razor Ramon?
In what year was this?
1992.
92. So Ramon just got there. Oh my goodness. Would it have been? It would not have. It was not Hogan. It would have. Was it Hogan?
Here is your multiple choice
Okay,
for
multiple
1
choice.
point.
Go to multiple choice.
Mr. Perfect, Bret
No.
Hart, the British Bulldog, or Tatanka?
They weren't.
That
Were they
means
giving
Buffalo, by the way.
Tatanka? Were they
Tatanka
giving
means
Tatanka the
Buffalo.
push at that point?
I need an answer.
Oh, okay. I'm going with Bret Hart.
It is Tatanka.
It is. They gave Tatanka.
Yeah,
that
they
was
gave
when
him the
Tatanka
push. They did. Okay.
Oh
Getting
my
that push,
gosh,
brother.
Couple more here. All right.
Okay.
Let's go to the harder ones here. In 2014, a massive 10-man elimination match was held with the stipulation that if Team Cena lost, all of his teammates would be fired.
Okay.
Somebody made a surprise return to
Sting!
Yeah, it was Sting.
I was
You were
there,
brother.
Sting!
It was Sting. Okay, here we go. Absolutely legendary questions. At Survivor Series in 1995, a wild card elimination match where opponents were mixed onto the same teams. Which superstar was the only person to cleanly pin 2 members of the opposing team? Was it? And I'm giving you the multiple choice.
Yeah.
Was it Razor Ramon,
No.
Fatu, the 1-2-3 Kid, or Savio Vega?
Wow. Is it Savio?
Boom, Savio Vega.
Savio, yeah.
All right, one final question here. The very first elimination ever was suffered by who? He was eliminated by Axe, a member of Demolition.
Okay.
Was it Coco Beware, Tito Santana, Hercules, or the Honky Tonk Man?
Wow. Primetime
wow.
wrestling. Throwback USA.
Can you list those again?
Coco Beware, Tito Santana, Hercules, and the Honky Tonk Man.
I guess I got to go with Tino Santana.
Winner!
Yeah! Oh,
Absolutely
man.
love it.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you beat the brain.
Wow.
This was Wrestling on the Spectrum. For Brody the Brain Herman, for JC, for Flying Ryan Swingler. My name was Tony Patrico. We will talk to you next week. This was Wrestling on the Spectrum.